Now we're gonna get started with it's actually day 3 of reading because I gave you 2 days to go through the text and look and try to find those text features. Today we're actually going to read the text and answer some questions to see if we can learn some information from those text features. Let's get started. Here I am on day 3, learning from our text features. Here are the questions that we are going to be answering. At this time, I would pause the video so you can copy these questions down on a piece of paper because you will be answering them. They will not be submitted for a grade. These text features that we're gonna look for and we're gonna write what we're learning from them, they're for you to use later on this week for your final piece. Just using this for practice and like note taking. So again, I highly recommend you write these questions down and then you will answer them throughout the video with me. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Mayan because that is the text that we're going to be reading, and I have to sign in. Remember, it's Brooker Elementary School and this is for Hillsborough County. You're gonna type in your username and then your password, and this is for iReady. Gonna load. I'm going to type in for the library and search. I'm gonna put Sea Lions, and again, it's the first book that will pop up when we hit search. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna start it over, and again, we are focusing on these questions. So I'm gonna stop on page 4, 6 and 7, 11 and 17. Let's get started reading. Sea lions. Life in the ocean. Look at that sea lion gliding through the waves. There are 6 kinds of sea lions. They all live along the Pacific Ocean coast. I'm gonna zoom in on that map because it does show the map of the world, but what exactly is it trying to tell us about sea lions? That is your first question. I want to know, what can we learn about sea lions looking at only this map? I do see that it is a map of the world, but there are these orange colors around it, and there's a key right here that tells you what the orange means. Can you read what it says? On your paper, write down, what does this map do for us? What do we learn about sea lions? Look at that photograph. Sea lions spend time in large groups. A group of sea lions in the ocean is called a raft. Oh, wow. I'm gonna pause right here because I wanna take a look at the photograph here. And I see different things, and I want you to think of, what can we learn about sea lions just looking at this photograph? Go ahead and use the text to help you understand what is something we can learn on these 2 pages. This is question 2. What do we learn from the photograph in these 2 pages? Sea lions are loud. They bark, honk, and roar. A pup can pick out its mother's bark in a large group. Now when it says bark, is it talking about the bark on a tree or the sound that an animal can make? What do you think? Up close. Sea lions are related to seals and look like them, but they have differences too. Sea lions have ear flaps. Seals just have very small ear openings. I don't really understand about this ear flap. I'm gonna take a look at the photograph and I see another text feature. I see a label. What can you learn about a sea lion using the label? This is your question number 3. What's something we can learn about this sea lion? Sea lions are big animals. The largest sea lions weigh up to 2,469 pounds. That's 1,120 kilograms. Wow, it's a big guy. Sea lions are strong swimmers. They use flippers to swim and walk. A sea lion's coat is waterproof. Underneath is a thick layer of blubber for warmth. Oh, I see another text feature. What is this text feature telling us about a sea lion? This is not one of the questions to answer, but you can also answer it out loud. Finding food. Sea lions eat fish and squid. They also like crabs and clams. Sea lions dive deep underwater to find food. They can hold their breath for 10 to 20 minutes. Wow. Now before we move on, I want to know, this is question number 4. What's the main idea of this section of the book? What is this section all about? I see you can use the text feature that's up at the top, the heading, and read the text to find out what is this part of the text all about. Life cycle. Sea lions leave the ocean to mate and give birth. Newborn pups drink their mother's milk. They have a fuzzy coat of hair to keep warm. Aw, look at that. This photograph is showing us an up-close look at what, boys and girls? What do we see in this photograph? After a few weeks, pups learn to swim and hunt. They stay with their mother for up to 1 year. In the wild, sea lions live up to 30 years. Oh, look at the guy underwater. Awesome. So that's our story. Please, again, answer those questions that are on the PowerPoint. And you do not submit them for a grade. You just hold on to them and you'll use them later this week.